The future.
We went live then, channel, as you said that.
Just
Did I?
like a pervert.
Good evening and welcome to Vape Talk UK episode 136. What's to come?
Fucking try and sound interested.
I am. I was trying to.
That was quite good for Chris.
I thought I was trying to work out whether you were still presenting Stu or not.
No.
I wasn't sure.
Shall I? Shall I present Stu?
Well, he needs to come out of the. I was about to say he needs to come out of the closet. He needs to come out of the background.
I want some like hyped up theme music and my name and I'm walking.
All right, let me just let me get you some.
We could have just got Stu to play some funky music on the way in.
Remember, Chris, no more than 10 seconds or we'll get a strike from
All
you.
right, I'll make sure it's less than 10 seconds.
If it's Barbie Girl or something.
Oh, this is just so professional.
You come to expect this standard from VT UK.
Oh, wow.
What is that?
That's the Ultimate Warriors theme music.
Oh, I'll just come in, man, because you know what?
Yeah,
Remember from WWF.
Slightly lame, Chris.
We're doing Stu Vapes.
Hello, Chris. Hello, gang.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm
He's gone.
Oh no! I thought that was dramatic pause.
Oh, here we go. Here he is.
He's back.
I'm back.
We lost you for a second, Stu.
Oh,
So what are you doing, Stu? You're going to tell us a bit about your setting? Because you look like one of those people, you know, at 4 in the morning when all the TVs, all the channels are gone.
when I'm like,
Have you ever seen Most Haunted live?
yeah.
I'm not sure he's looking like Yvette Fielding, not quite.
Where are you?
Spin that wheel for us.
Oh,
Span a wheel before, hasn't he?
you won coffee range, mate. Absolute banging juice range.
You know, is it that easy?
It's that easy, mate. You should join. Come on to the Yorkshire Vapor page on Facebook and get your ass in here.
Don't forget your discount code.
I like that.
His phone's going off.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm a popular guy.
I love it.
JB ain't got a phone. He's still got one of them. The winders.
I'm still on dial-up, mate.
I can imagine.
Your connection looks like you are. I don't know if it's because you keep moving around.
Yeah, I'm an active guy, man. I can't stand still. I've had like 17 monsters today.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you vaping on, Stu?
I am vaping on. What am I vaping on? Don't know.
Your hand.
Oh yeah, but I forgot what I put in my tank. Oh, I'm vaping on Wimto. Fizzy bubbly. The Wimto flavour.
What are you vape? What are you? What's that?
I've got a Eden tank and a Morris mod.
Is that a Trillium? Is that what it's called?
The mod.
Yeah.
Is that a trillion or a rose?
It's a Tros.
Does it have Atlantis coils in it?
Yeah, it can fit a lot of cores, I think.
Yeah, it's a trillium.
Yeah, I knew it was that. I was just, you know.
You got that at Fest, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it at Fest and I
You
found
got it
it.
at the same time as I got mine.
Yeah, and I found it and I thought, you know what? I missed a little chill tank, so I threw it on.
Nice. You got to pass it on now. You got to ask someone else what they're vaping on.
Oh, that's what I've got to do.
Yeah.
Stu,
Yes, mate.
what are you vaping on, son?
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you what I'm vaping on, son.
If it ain't TYV, I don't want to know.
Well, do you know what? You're in luck because I've got a Vulcan one with a Vulcan Alpha on it. And in that Vulcan Alpha, I've got Yorkshire Barrister.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
He's one at latte. Do you know what? I don't even particularly like coffee vapes. That's a very, very nice coffee vape.
Mate, I can't stop vaping the caramel.
I'm really, really enjoying it. Thank you very much, Dale, for sending that to me. I really appreciate that. Got another one as well. Got this limelight pylon that is really fucking nice. Look how nice that is. Get it close enough. Come on, focus, you bastard.
That is nice.
Yeah. Look at that.
God, get in.
That's an SX350J pylon, and I've got a TPD Rose 3 on top. And inside that, I've got slime from Vaping King at 1,000,000 milligram.
1,000,000 milligram.
Like as many milligrams as you can get. Imagine the most milligrams you've ever seen. Probably about 4 more than that.
Wow, but that's harsh.
It's fucking lovely. 0.9 coil, 13.4 watts. Having a great time. Chandler.
Hello.
You vape, I've heard.
On occasion.
Are you vaping today?
I am.
Tell us about what you're vaping.
I've got a Mechie mod thing.
All right.
Yeah, look, one of
I
those.
like those.
Do you like those?
That's a nice one as well.
It's not. It is, isn't it? And it's got the single coil in it.
Oh yeah, you built a single coil.
I did. And it's really, really nice. I like it single coil. I haven't noticed much difference between when I had it dual coiled.
What's it ohming in at on that single coil?
Just short of 0.3.
Yeah, that's probably not bad for a single.
So it's quite it's middle of the road that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it could do with a I think it could do with a wrap taking off. Personally.
Yeah, 0.2 on a single tends to be what I go for, but
Yeah.
I know you don't like it quite as hot as me, so.
Yeah, but even so, that could do with. I think that could do with coming down a bit. But yeah, no, that's pretty good. And guess what I've got in it? Randomly, this isn't set up. Honest, look. Hey, I've got the coffee. I've got the hazelnut coffee in it as well because I quite
100%.
I haven't. Honestly, that's what's in there. Yeah. I've got my Entheon and the Squonk box as per normal, and in there I've got.
Hang on, just a second.
Yes.
Stu, have you got someone stood behind you?
Yeah, I know who's messaging you. It's great. It's a good try.
What? Who was messaging me?
Obviously, Dale's just said the same thing to me, and I'm actually really scared of this office. So, can you please leave me out of it? In a minute, you'll just see me go like that.
Sorry, I'm just warming my snack back up. It's got a bit cold in the shed, so I'm just trying to.
JB, why are you larging it? You were just threatening to wear that.
Oh, bad. Anyway, back to what I'm vaping. I've got digestive cream biscuit in there.
Is that more blue?
That's more plain blue. Yeah.
You're obsessed.
I am obsessed mainly because I quite like what they do, and they are down the road. So, what do I do? What can you do? And then my other thing that I'm vaping on, because I'm currently wicking it, is I got my shiny back.
Oh, your Infineon. What happened to it? Why didn't you have it?
Because when I got it, Herbie had he'd got a 22 mil washer on it.
I hope you're looking at your fuzz card.
Well, yeah, it's definitely fuzz. Definitely.
You don't know about Chandler's track record with cotton, do you, Stu?
I see you using a tampon or something.
Now, can you see? There you go.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I don't give a monkeys if it bloody works. Oh, actually, I do want to try some fuzz because anything's got to be better than cotton bacon. And if I do want to give fuzz a try, so I'm gonna buy myself some next time I see it.
Don't forget to use my discount code STUVAPES. You'll get 20% off.
Which is £1.20 off a tin of fuzz. That's no fucking joke.
Fucking better than a kick in the balls, mate.
Yeah, that's a good saving on a tin of fuzz.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah. Anyway, the Herbie it got 22mm washer on it, and to be fair, with my 24mm tanks, it looked a bit daft. So Herbie offered to replace the washer for me, so I sent it back, and I didn't realise how much I used it until I didn't have it, and then it was a case of, oh, I want it back. So it's now got the 24mm washer on it, and I'm just rebuilding the Serpent SMM.
Sorry, Chris, speak.
What?
Oh,
What's going on?
It's
that's
quite,
fantastic.
it's quite a good quality hat, so I thought I might make use of it. Ooh, I might cut it all the way around like an old school poker dealer.
Do you know, with your forehead poking through, I actually thought you'd got one of those comedy seaside hats with the boobs on the front.
The boobs on the front? What fucking seaside are you going to? I don't go
You
to
know the
the
ones I mean. They're not real boobs, they're plastic ones.
I thought it was aprons that had boobs on them.
Yeah.
Not hats.
I've never seen a hat with a boob on it.
To be fair,
You've
I've
never seen a hat with a boob.
Took it off now.
When was the last time you went to Blackpool?
Never.
Well, there you go. That's why you've never seen a hat with boobs on
You've never
it.
been to Blackpool, Chris?
Never, mate.
You've not lived.
I've never been to
Mate,
Blackpool.
it's like stepping in a time machine back to the 90s. It's fucking great.
Don't go,
Stu.
man. It's a shithole.
Stu, have you been to Blackpool?
Yeah,
Yeah, everything's beige. It's fucking brilliant.
the dive.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, but that is part of its charm, to be fair.
What, there's shithole?
Yeah.
Mate, honestly, it is literally like you're in the early 90s again. It's fucking amazing.
No. And if you want to go, and if you want to end up in the early 80s, go to Morecambe.
And if you want to end up in war-torn Nazi Germany, go to Liz Beach.
Mablethorpe.
Skeggy. I'm not sure where that drops in.
There you go, look at
Hunstanton. Anyone been to Sunny Honey?
I like Hunstanton.
Hunstanton's quite cool.
Oh shit,
What's that?
we're abusing Blackpool.
Oh yeah, Joshua, Cleaver, Ross, Richard,
Hang on.
Marilyn.
Blackpool ain't that bad. So sorry, Josh. Where do you live? Where do you live now? I do believe you live in Leeds now.
Well, I like it. James
Steggy
Clark is
guy.
kind of agreeing with us. Yeah,
Oh,
his missus is from Blackpool and he can't stand it.
Yeah, to be fair, Skegness is where I used to go on holiday as a kid. Old Butlins.
How
Down
the
in
fuck did Josh survive in Blackpool anyway? He's about the most middle-class person I've ever met in my life.
Who?
Josh.
His kitchen was big enough for a 12-foot kitchen island.
He's got a double-barreled surname. They would have fucking burned him at the stake in Blackpool.
Stu, when are they being released?
The new snapbacks will come out at the end of the month. They're actually the new era hats, but they'll have a new design on it, man. It's going to be sick.
For a minute, I thought the new design was what Chris had got on his head.
They're pretty good. Just trying to trim off the excess.
Sounds like you're wicking it. Just trim off the excess.
Is Mark swigging a Nelson Mandela there?
A little bit, yeah.
I wondered what casual racism we dented then, and then I realised.
Hey, don't fuck about Nolan.
Wow.
Can't
Yeah.
finish anything less than half cut in it, Mark.
Have we got to know what Mark's vaping on, and then we're gonna.
Ooh, me.
Sorry.
I've got the Molly and the Haku. On that, I'm on Old Faithful from TYV.
Defo planned.
Classic red. Pick that up from the Yorkshire Vapor website. Don't forget Stuvapes for 20% off.
I think the chances of anyone forgetting Stuvapes for 20% off by the end of this show are pretty much zero.
In my other hand, I've got my Soy X, unfortunately. And I'm back on Akina. I have got
Fucking hell.
I told you.
a newfound love for Akina.
Yeah, didn't
Awesome.
me and Chandler both saying last week that you'd be back on it?
Yeah.
I didn't think I would be. I didn't think I would
told
be.
you.
I had a customer come at the weekend, and he's like, "Oh, try it. It's like I've vaped like 14 liters of this stuff. I'm
told
done.
you to try
I
it.
can't vape it anymore, and I'm on my second bottle since the weekend. So,
And now you've said that, that's what I'm gonna whip my my tank up with now.
also on the Naughty 2 vaping, I'm on 18 milligram because I've run out of 12. 18 milligram cool mint. Where's the bottle gone?
Go on, my son.
I can't even find it. I've lost it. From V4 Vapor.
Hey.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Whoa, very bright, very bright. There we go. Is that everyone?
This hat's made me realise how big my forehead is now.
The hat done that. Do you not realise before, mate?
Chris, you're such a fucking rogue.
Chris ain't got a reseed, he's got a raw seed. Look at him, he's like, oh, you look at me live on YouTube, Stu. You were so lucky. So you probably tagged me in a status later.
I'm staying out of this.
He's mad with life. He'll probably tag me in a status later.
Look, stop getting salty about it. I've apologised. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm vaping on this.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, that is nice. Like that. That's real.
I'm a fan of that, Christopher.
Was that a board on the other side I saw?
Yeah, it's them doors that have got the holes in for the board and the buttons.
Oh, shit.
I've actually lost my billet box.
Oh, what a twat.
I know.
Not you.
What you done?
Fucking dick. I took the back off to show you. I forgot there's now buttons in the back. So one of them's flown off somewhere.
Unlucky.
Engineering.
Good luck picking that up with your fingers.
I've actually got loads more, but I'm expecting to lose one this early in.
Oops.
But yeah, I've got a little plug in it. Can you see underneath there? Creates like it restricts the airflow even more.
Nice. That's what you want. Tight as fuck.
I can literally only turn it down now.
You'll find it. It'll turn up. It'll be fine. What you got in there? 45 milligram Nick salts.
Absolutely. And I've got half with the Haku, and in that I've got some coffee shit from TYV. All he's had is like free advertising tonight. So,
Mate, we do this every time. Somehow, when we've got a guest on that represents a juice company or some sort of topic that relates to juice, we always seem to be on juice that ties in. It's weird. It just always happens.
Mad coincidence, eh?
Do you know what? I think I might change my mind. I might go for that one instead.
Which one's that? The caramel?
Gingerbread. I got gingerbread latte.
that's the one
Have you got a bottle of the caramel?
I didn't get a bottle of caramel.
No, I didn't get a bottle of the caramel either.
No, I got gingerbread in mine. No, or is it hazelnut? Where is it? Hazelnut.
Hazelnut.
I think I got gingerbread and hazelnut. And I tried them both, but I stuck with hazelnut.
It's a banger of a coffee, though.
Oh. Well, I liked the hazelnut latte you did before. Like a limited edition Christmas one, but
The only coffee I've ever liked up until this point is that barista brew that Mark used to do.
I don't think I ever tried
One
that.
that came with the fake Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
That was fucking lovely. Since that, I haven't found a coffee vape that I've liked, and I actually like.
I've tried a few coffee vapes and not particular. I've even tried to make one and not got on with it either. So,
knowing your style, Chandler, you probably brewed a cafe and.
No. I'd made myself a coffee using the cafetiere. I got the coffee grounds, dropped it in the bottle of the VG, and left it for a couple of weeks.
See, I'm
picking coffee ground. I'm picking coffee grounds out of my tank. I tell you, it's a right pain.
So, what we're talking about this week, boys?
We're talking about what's to come. You know, like the Mayan calendar.
What? We're all going to die?
Well, that was supposed to be 2012, wasn't it?
And the year 2000, and probably a few times since then as well.
Yeah.
This makes some more realistic predictions. But I think while Stuvapes is here, in case he needs to get off anytime soon, we can hear straight from the horse's mouth what's to come this year from TYV.
Hey.
Is it my time to shine?
Shine, Stu,
You can try. There's only so much you can polish a turd, though.
All right, mate. Well, there's so I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. My head's actually blown.
Pretend you're in assembly at school. Like, tell us your name, age, where you come from.
Which class you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shit banter. Absolute terrible banter right there, Chris.
Well, we wouldn't need to fill in with banter. You could like get the ball rolling and tell us about what's going on this year.
Do you want me to spin the wheel?
Yeah. Yeah, I want you to spin the wheel.
You choose, man. What do you want me to speak about?
I want you to tell us a little bit about what you've just I say not that long, but you've been involved with TYV for a little bit now. Yeah. Coming through with some social media ideas. You're going to tell us a bit about what you're doing, what you've done, what your plans are.
Yeah, man, of course. Well, as all of you may know, if you're watching, or you guys, I used to work for VJuice. Same sort of job role, social media. But yeah, I now work for the Yorkshire Vapor, which I'm hyped for, man. I can't wait to get my fingers stuck in. I've only been technically working for them for a week or so. It's gone really well. You know, Facebook pages blew up, Instagram, Snapchat. We got all the platforms going. Going to Germany. We're not going to the Birmingham Expo this year. We're actually going to Germany, which I'm hyped for. I can't wait. Never been, so it should be good. But you know, we've got meets coming up. We've got a meet on the 24th in Leeds. We got new merch.
What's the meet to do with?
It's just a general vape meet. You know, we're gonna have some cloud comps. We're gonna give away some prizes. It's to do with TYV and Endless. I think they're doing a little collaboration meet. So yeah, Paul and Dale. Yeah, man. Paul's just had one. Dale is on the 24th of this month. So if you're local to Leeds, or if you can get to Leeds, definitely pop by, man. It's in the Pudsey store. So that should be good. Have any of yous coming?
Hoping to.
Yeah. I doubt I'll be able to be honest. Tell us a bit more about some of the new things, because obviously not everyone's going to know about the Old Faithful. That's a new line, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the Old Faithful is just a revamp of the old school flavours. So there's a Red Astaire, there's a Blackjack. The Red Astaire is amazing. There's a revamped Heisenberg, and pear
drops.
Yeah, pear drops. Yeah, so they're all to Dale's. You know, he's revamped the flavours and that.
Do they come in 50-50 or
820, 100 ml bottles? So I think all the TYV range is going to 100 mils. Obviously short fills. But yeah, the coffee. I just want to hit up on the coffees. I actually hate coffee. So I've tried a lot of coffee flavors. They're disgusting. But I've actually been vaping them ones for 2 days, man. They're actually real good coffees.
Do you drink a lot of coffee?
What?
Do you drink a lot of coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea.
That hazelnut latte tastes like a hazelnut latte, like.
Yeah, my favourite's the caramel. Like I've been hooked on the caramel for 2 days straight. But yeah, we've got new era snapbacks landing. We got new merch dropping. Obviously, we got 4K live streams once the Facebook allow it. As you can see, this is where I live stream from. Dale's also built a studio in his office as well. So yeah, we're doing a lot of live streams, a lot of promotion. Germany, new ranges, new merch, you name it, it's happening. But we've got
out of interest, where are you live streaming from? Because you've got that wooden paneling behind you.
I'm live streaming from my office where I currently live. So I'm not actually in Leeds. I've got an office where I live, and yeah, I work here every day. Obviously, this is just the studio part. I have got my desk and stuff over there as well.
It just looks like a stately home with that wall paneling.
Well, technically, it is really. It's a listed building. It's the oldest building in Hereford. So, and that's where I'm at, man.
Oh, cool.
It's a bit spooky. I swear I keep seeing shit.
Yeah, look.
There's a funny reflection in that panel just to the left of Stu's head, isn't there? It looks a lot like a screaming face.
I'm not even looking, man. I'm generally not even looking. Like, I was in here late because obviously I work all hours. So, as you know, social media is non-stop, 7 days a week. And yeah, I got a little bit freaked out the one night because like, I've got like a fireplace and weird noises and stuff. I mean, listen to the floor.
That's what mine sounds like to me. Now, you can tell us a bit about this TYV. Well, so I suppose it's like a game show you got going on, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we're just trying to go down new avenues. Like, you know, we're trying to do stuff that hasn't been done before. I don't think anyone's doing streams at this quality on Facebook to do with vaping. So we thought we'd step it up. You know, we've got full studios. We're doing massive giveaways on the Yorkshire Vapor page, and yeah, we just literally stepping up the game, man. We want to like be the first to do things because with the industry, I find there's a lot being done. It's all just the same. So you know, we're trying to be a little bit different and I don't know, make it work, I suppose, because it's actually blew up within the space of a week. You know, it's crazy what we've actually done. So God knows what the future holds. It's going to be big, and I can't wait, man. I'm eager.
I did catch your first one. You'd got like 150 people watching at one point.
I think it topped off at about 240 at one point as well. So yeah, and obviously that was the first stream. I have done a stream tonight, Tuesday night. You know, it's the weird days, but we're going to be doing them twice, 2-3 times a week. So yeah, man, stay tuned. We're going to have loads of stuff, loads of giveaways, loads of advice, and you know, explaining.
I managed to catch Friday night, so at least the first half of it had me in absolute stitches.
I love the phone-in idea as well. Doing an actual phone-in.
But what you need to remember to do is put it on silent before you start.
Oh, that had me crying. I was on Hangouts afterwards with Dale, James, and Stu.
Oh no, mate.
Say like, fuck me. That just it's such a simple thing to do. With an old Nokia, you just hold down the hash symbol. But it just didn't. Obviously, iPhones. Everyone uses iPhones now. No one's used to an old Nokia. But
when you give a number out to 200 plus people, you know.
I mean, I watched again tonight. I tried getting through just to be a dick, but yeah, it was just rung off the hook. I don't think it rang once. Like when I rung, it just went straight to voicemail every time.
Yeah, well, we are going to switch it up completely, man. I'm going to do some crazy stuff on. I just really want to. When I first started live streaming, you know, as soon as I had the update on my phone, I live streamed from the shop. So, you know, and now it just seems like it's flooded with live streams, people doing daily streams with 5 or 6 people in and doing the same stuff, guess a number, guess an animal. Like, yeah, I'd done that because that was a good idea at the time and it worked. But now there's just so many people doing this thing and it gets real boring to me anyway, because obviously I've been known for live streams. That's what I'm known for. But as I said, 18 months ago, you know, people used to actually take the piss out of me and be like, what are you live on Facebook for, Stu? But, you know, it's paid off and I'm working for an absolute great company who I absolutely like. I've got so much passion for TYV. And if I didn't work for TYV, I was out the game, literally. It's the only company I'd ever want to work for in this industry. And I'm not just saying that because I work for him.
You sound like a footballer that's just been signed by Man U.
Well, it's actually like a true story. Like, honestly, like I was that sick of the industry, the way it's turned, the way how snaky it is, and stuff like that. Where like the TYV, obviously you guys know it. It's a proper close knit family. Do you know, we're on hangouts every night. You know, we group chat all day. It's, you know, you feel welcome and you feel like, you know, you're appreciated, and you know you can work with them. And I love that side about like Dale and all the people that work for TYV, man. They're great people, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm really happy with what I'm doing, and let's roll on the good times, man. 2018, big things happening.
I've got to say that Dale is probably one of the most humble people that I know. We've been lucky to stand with him. I know Stu, you've stood with him. Chris, you've stood with him.
I didn't stand with him very much.
Sat on him.
He spends all of his events sat on a fucking chair, doesn't he?
I went on fucking holiday with a cunt, didn't I?
It's just with Dale, he's straight up, and I love that about people. You know, the industry is so sneaky and snaky, and everyone's trying to have a piece of the pie, and they're doing all sorts of
more honest souls.
Yeah, we do, man, and it's got to the point where I was literally going to leave the industry. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I was out. So for me, having the chance to work alongside Dale as obviously my boss, it was a no-brainer. And you know, I always loved TYV, even when I worked for VJuice. You know, I didn't give away to Dale. I've always I haven't known him for too long, but what I did know of him and what I heard of him, I actually really liked. And he's a lot like me, to be fair, but he's from Yorkshire. That's the only difference. And I love that. I love how honest and
kind of like you, but spends less money.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't spend any money. And he's open, man. He wants to, you know. For me, the Yorkshire Vapor, you know, it's a juice line what should be up there with the best, and it's going to be up there with the best because it deserves to be up there with the best, and there's nothing more to it. It's a quality made juice. Dale spends hours and hours mixing liquid. You know, it's a brand what needs to be recognised for what it is, the quality, the style, the labelling, everything about it, the hard work what's put into it. It's all just amazing for me. There's a lot of juice companies out there now. You know, it's that big. You can just get a bottle, throw a label on it, chuck some juice on it, and sell it. I don't like that part of it. I don't. And it's happening a lot, and it's a shame because it's actually saturating the industry and it's killing the game.
Yeah, I think I come across a vape shop in my local town where it was like a pick and mix store, and there must have been about 400 juices in there, all like just, you know, white labels with their own branding on it.
Yeah, I've been in vape shops before where I've seen literally 50% of the shop full of juice that hasn't even got a brand name on it. It's literally just a bottle with with graphics and a flavor. It's obviously something that they're mixing themselves in the back room and just making it look as close to a premium product as they can.
Obviously, Stu, you've said that you're kind of feeling as though the industry is it fair to say, stagnating a bit?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of competition and it's becoming very cutthroat and bitchy. And obviously, you know, those of us that have been in it from the beginning, you know, have seen a massive, massive change. With that in mind, what are you looking forward to seeing this year?
Well, you know, as you know, 2 years ago, if you wanted to source a bottle, a label, it even concentrates down to the smallest things. It was so hard to do. And now everyone's just, you know, because it's so vast, it's so big, there's every Tom, Dick and Harry's doing juice. But as what I want to see, I just want to see TYV where it deserves to be. That's my aim, because Dale and all the team have worked so hard, you know, and yeah, their juice is out there. It's a big name. Everyone knows where it is, but they've never had a social media side of it. And Dale can tell you that himself. He's never had someone solely work on their social media, and social media is the most powerful platform on the internet, hands down. Facebook itself is just ridiculous what you can do off it. And all I want to see is TYV at the top, man, where it deserves to be and where it's going to be if I have anything to do with it. That's it, man. That's all. That's exactly what I want to see, and that's what's going to happen.
So you got any upcoming things happening in your little game show? Any other new additions?
You'll You'll have to wait and see, mate, because we have got some ideas. Obviously, I was on Hangouts for you the other night. I like your little idea. I just want them to be really interactive.
Have you heard of Super Deluxe?
No.
They do loads of funny live streams.
Thought it was a Burger King burger.
Nah, maybe. They did this live stream, right, where they had this, like an empty tortilla wrap. And I had like 4 options to choose from, and you had to use the audience had to use the emoji to vote for which one they wanted to put in this wrap. And it was like crickets and fucking moldy cheese and all this shit. And they made this like taco out of it, and someone there ate it. But it was quite cool how it was interactive, because obviously all the audience were voting on what happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the sort of thing we're going for, because with Facebook promotion now and social media promotion, there's no interaction. Like, people will plug their brand or they'll do this, and people will comment on it, and it's left as that. You know, I really want to get an audience. I really want to get people involved. I want, you know, when people comment on the TYV page, you know, we want to know what they're doing, what they're vaping. You know, we want to get people involved, because it seems like everyone's just out for themselves now. It's actually, it really annoys me, because, you know, how much hard work that the old ones have put in, you know, that have been here from day one, and some guys just threw a few $100,000 into a company and launched loads of stuff, and it's just, he spends loads of dough on marketing, and it's in every shop before you know it. Fair play to them. I'm not knocking them, but I just don't like the way it's done, the way people go about it. It really does my head in. But as for these live feeds,
sorry, go on.
Go on, mate, carry on.
I was just saying, apart from the live feeds, what else do you do with TYV?
Well,
do you answer all the messages and shit, or?
Yeah. Well, we've got, you know, 2 pages. We've got an Instagram. We've got a Snapchat now as well, which we'll be doing giveaways on there. Just interact all day. I mean, the TYV page is so active. You know, we're doing so much stuff on there. We just, you know, it's not solely for plugging. You know, I just want people to realise that this juice is worth having, because it really is. It's a quality made e-liquid, and there's so much thought and effort being put into it. And, you know, for me, that beats any other liquid, because the thought and the process and the hard work and, you know, the stress and all that stuff that goes into it, you know, it just goes to show, don't it? There's no one in this industry, I don't think, that has worked as hard as Dale, in a sense of where he's come from and what he's done. Obviously, I'm not going to go into like his story and stuff, but he's broke his back to get to where he is, and I'm going to help him get even further.
Talking about broke his back, you fell off your bed the other night. How you doing?
My back is actually hurting. That's why I'm leaning on the side here, because it's killing me.
He just leant back, and all we heard was, we were like, "What the fuck?" And he just see his like leg up in the air, like.
It proper hurt, to be fair. Yeah, Germany. Well, we got Germany coming up, which is, you know, TYV have never been there, so that'll be sick. Stu, you're going as well, ain't you?
We'll be right there with you, mate. We're on the same stand.
There you go, man. I'm hyped for it. Obviously, it's going to be dodgy because none of us can talk German. But
so, can any of you speak any German?
Stu looks a bit German with that dude, doesn't he?
We've got. You can.
Ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen.
We've got one guy on our team whose German isn't bad, and he's brushing back up on it. And I have said between now and the event, I'll brush back up on mine, because mine used to be all right. But as long as you know, like, your numbers and your please and thank yous and stuff, you'll be able to muddle through the rest.
Yeah, because like the Birmingham Expo, it's an amazing event. Like, I've been there now for 3 years on the trot, and it's amazing. It's so good. But last year for me, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I'm not knocking Expo, because it is a wicked show to go to, and, you know, of course we're going to do more there. But it just seemed like there was no mods there. It seemed like there was literally every Expo. Yeah, every Expo I treat myself. Like, regardless, I go and find that one stand where that guy's got that crazy mod, you know, only at Expo, and I purchase it. But this time, there was just nothing there for me. Like, I understand that.
I'm going to be honest. I think the last time we talked about Expo, I kind of skirted around saying this, and I don't believe I should have. I believe I should have been honest about it at the time, but I think I'm just a bit bored of Expo. Like, just as a vapor, as a vendor, Expo is a great opportunity. You know, it brings a lot of fucking people onto your doorstep to see what you're doing. But as a vapor, it's just a bit.
See,
I don't like really fucking loud music because I like talking to people. I'm only interested in certain vape products, so it's just a bit. Yeah, I just want to see something new, you know.
It's different for me when I go to expos because, you know, I'm on a different vibe. You know, I'm there to meet people. I'm there to look people that have watched me throughout like the 6 months or whatever. You know, I love the loud music. I love that vibe, what I do. But I didn't like too much what was there, to be honest with you. There was just a lot of juice there, and I get it. Like, juice is where it's at, but I don't know. I still had a blast, and I'll always love Expo, and I'll still always go to them. But this year, I'm hyped for Germany, so yeah, I can't wait.
I'm still thinking about October, whether to stand at there in October or whether to just go as a punter and see what that experience is like again.
Yeah, well, I've never ever been there to actually vend. I've always gone as myself to meet people, you know, to interact with people and to be me. So for me, it's always been a good time. But as a vendor, vending there, especially a juice company, it's getting tight, not just for Expo, across the country. It's literally a cutthroat business now. And if you're not out there...
I said this last week, there's far too many people in it for the money now. There's far too many people dropping 100 grand on a couple of lines, smashing the advertising, and it's not. It makes me sound bitter. I'm not trying to sound bitter. It's not like it used to be. People that were in it for the industry, people that were in it for the love of the industry, people that did it to give back. Now it seems that people are just in it for the money. And don't get me wrong. We're all in it. We've all got a living to make. I'm not taking that away. And obviously we've got the lab and we do what we do. But I don't feel as though I'm in it for the money.
No, you're totally right. But what you're in it for as well is also passion, belief. You know, like you actually love the industry. You love what you can do, and it all boils down to is to stopping people smoking. And I think everyone's forgot that. But vaping started, like, even the hospitals now. Look, I don't know if anyone's heard there, but now you're going to be like, prescribed vape. You know what I mean, because it's out there, and that's the sole reason why vaping come around. It was nothing to do with look at this mech I've got, or look at that, or look at this, you know, or I've got the best, whatever. You know, it's all down to stopping smoking, and that vibe and that passion and belief is definitely dying. It's going, because now it's just like no one gives a shit about the sole purpose, which is to stop smoking cigarettes. Everyone just wants their brand to be big, and they want to rake in loads of dough. And I think what I'm doing with TYV and what we're all doing with TYV is a different approach, man. Like, you know, there's marketing, and there's marketing for a very good reason, and doing it because you're passionate and love it. And that's what Dal does with making his e-liquids, and I know that's what you guys do in what your brands are, because that's what we're about. You know, we've been in the game for a long time, and I've always been into vaping for as long as I can remember, and you know, my heart's still there, and it's just getting stronger and stronger again now. I've got my mojo back. I feel like
that's a big thing, though. You know, like what you're saying about passion and stuff like that. Like, I remember when you used to go to an event or whatever, you'd rock up to someone that you hadn't seen for ages, and you'd be like, "Yeah, how you doing? You know, what you up to?" But, and you'd have all the usual small talk, and then at some point the question would come, "Oh, what you vaping on then?" Yeah. And they'd show you what they're vaping on. You'd be like, "Oh, fucking hell, I've not tried one of them yet. What's it like? You know, how are you getting on with it? What do you think of it, etc., etc." And now it seems to me like as soon as someone asks you what you're vaping on, you show them what you're vaping on, and it's like, "Oh no, they're shit," or "Oh, these are way better," or "Oh, why'd you spend your money on that?" It's almost like the people, like the new wave of people that have come in, instead of everyone wanting to G each other up and like talk about what they love, people seem to be more interested in talking about what they hate and what's shit and what's better than whatever else. And
yeah, 100%.
Now we're in a market where all of the good products are outshined by all of the products that are mass marketed or, you know, So anything good and niche, and that, you know, a rare juice line that only, you know, a select handful of people vape, who actually release something absolutely incredible. To be able to get that to a position where it's available in a lot of shops in the UK is almost impossible now.
Yeah, because it's overlooked, because there's people spending millions of pounds on marketing, literally millions. Like,
we live in a world now where a tobacco company or a pharma company or, you know, a multi-billionaire investor can drop a bunch of money into a product and literally make a juice line that's fucking 12% flavor, 8% sweetener, and it will be the best-selling juice on the market for 6 months.
Yeah, 100%. And they'll pump £1 million into marketing. They'll flood it all over the place, and everyone will just assume it's the best juice on the market because that's all we've heard about. Well, it ain't true, and it boils my piss to think about it, because the approach we take is, you know, the whole team together is to get people involved and stuff, not just flood social media and billboards and give away cars and all this crap. It means nothing to me. And like this time last year, when the Met market was booming, that was when I actually realised, like 12 months ago, that the game was dying, because every meet I went to, or every expo I went to, or event, or whatever I went to, people only wanted to see what mod I had in my hand. It weren't like, oh, you're all right, Stu, mate, you know, how long have you not smoked for? What's that juice you're vaping, or whatever. Everyone was just hyped on what you actually had, because they thought it was the best thing, like £1,000. You had £1,000 mech in your hand, you was the man. Don't get me wrong, I love a good mech, and I did buy some really expensive mechs because that's where the market was, and that's what everyone was doing, because it's a hype game. Like, I understand that, but I generally enjoyed some of the mechanical mods, you know, how they was made and stuff. That was fantastic, but it's not about what you've got in your hand. It's not about, it's about what juice company you're supporting, because you generally think it's a fantastic juice line and you believe in what they do, and you've stopped smoking cigarettes. That's what it is for me. You can have every mod in the world, you can vape, you can jump on all these hype brands all you want, but it means nothing.
As Pops just said in live chat, it's become a fashion statement, and it 100%. Genuinely has.
100 million%. And it's just like, you know, yeah, you want to walk into a vape meeting and be like, oh, I've got this new juice, man, it's only got released yesterday. But that shit doesn't bother me. Like, you can come up to me all you want. If you ever see me and say, Stu, look at this juice, man, it's only just come out. But it don't bother me at all, because you've only just bought it because you think it's the newest thing on the market, and you've been reeled in because it's a hype juice, because it's like, yo, you walk in, what's the most frequently asked question in a vape shop is what you got in new? Because everyone just wants the newest thing on the market, and vape
the amount of customers that we get in, that walk in through our doors, they're not interested in what we think. Theirs is what's new.
What's new? Because that's all people are interested in. They're interested in the hype. They're interested to be able to put that in their hand and show it off to people, because it's the newest product on the market. People, it does not mean it's the best product on the market. It really doesn't. The best products on the market have been thought of, have been tested, have been, like, you know, just created.
The best product on the market has been out now for 2 years, and I see it.
Yeah, good plug.
The best products on the market has been on the market longer than that, and it's here.
Nah, the best product on the market is right in front of me. People ignore these. But for me, it and you know what as well, the reason why I had so much love for TYV was not just because of the liquid. It was because of Dale and the team he's got around him. And I'll say that forever. No matter what happens, this time next year, I don't work for TYV. Worst comes to the worst. I'll always say that, because I know they're so passionate. They believe in the product. And it's an amazing thing. Like, and that's it for me. Like, I don't need to blow smoke up no one's arse. I'm not knocking no other companies. If you can throw £1 million into marketing and blow your juice line up and throw it into 600 shops, then crack on. Good on you. Do you know what I mean? But to the people that are watching, to the general everyday vapor, don't fall into the hype trap, man. Don't fall into the newest brand on the market and I want that because everyone else is vaping it. Stick to what you know, man. Support your locals, support the people that have put passion and pride and worked hard to make their things. That's what you need to stick to, because otherwise the market's going to be dead. It'll be owned, all of them will be owned by big tobacco soon, and we'll be vaping absolute shit. So, you know, stick to your locals, man. Support the people who have broke their back to create their products and have put their all into it. That's what I believe in.
Damn right. Damn right.
And I'm telling you, it's going to be a matter of time for big tobacco come knocking on these companies' doors, and we'll be all vaping fucking cigarettes and some little shitty thing with a fucking blue light on the end, because it's going that way now. Like the NHS have just released that they're going to prescribe or whatever it's called, fucking e-cigs to people. You know, they ain't going to send you into a shop and say, go and get a fucking endless mod. Or go and get this. They're going to send you to some bullshit place where you buy a fucking fag that's like 100 milliamp, and it's going to have a blue light on the end of it with some absolutely juice what ain't been thought of, and it's going to be an absolute shit box. And
I actually had a customer come into the shop the other day, and was she looking at CBD? Yeah, she was looking at CBD, and she says, "Do you take the doctor's vouchers?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Do you take doctor's vouchers for your e-liquid and CBD and stuff?" And I didn't know if it was a new thing, and I've researched and I've got no idea, but apparently she's been told that she can get vouchers to exchange for e-liquid.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be, mate. That's good. You know, if the NHS are sending people to their locals and supporting the stores that if people have brought the back for to get the best products in there to you know, put all the dough into a wicked vape store and build a community, that's fantastic. But I can bet my left testicle on it that won't happen.
No. So it's all well and good if it happened like that, but if anything, they'd make it like a prescription service.
Exactly.
Like pharmacies where you got to be a registered pharmacy, so they'll make it so you need to be a registered tobacco company or registered with a big tobacco, and then they'll let you cash in these prescriptions. Do you know what I mean?
I've got no idea what a prescription costs. 9 quid now.
Nothing in Scotland.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Either way,
rub that one in.
So he even moved to Scotland for the free shit. Fucking classic Chris, isn't it?
For me,
in all seriousness, though, if they're like 9 quid for a 10ml bottle of juice, again,
Actually, no. Working in healthcare, each prescription is worth about 25 quid to the pharmacy. So it costs the taxpayer 9 quid, but the pharmacy actually make about 25 quid per prescription.
Right, where did we sign me up for this shit?
It's not only that. For me, we need to all get together. You know, we're a massive force to be reckoned with. The people that are proper passionate, all of us. You know, imagine if we all we got together and we made a group, and you know, we all come advocate to the games and actually set a standard, and like forget all these people that are just doing this bullshit thing. We need to make vaping back to where it was. Like, I don't mean to sound harsh, but by being an advocate to the game and pushing people to where it should be, and we all stuck together instead of blowing smoke up each other's arses and then calling them cunts behind the backs. We need to do this. This needs to happen because...
Can you do me a favour? Can you get yourself a TYV hat made up that says, make vaping great again? Like,
man, look, this needs to happen because within 12 months, I'm telling you, the industry's only getting worse. It's getting that bad to the point where like people are fighting and stuff, and like, you know, there's actual drama and trouble over this shit, man. And it's absolutely ridiculous, where we need to stick together as a firm and push vaping where it needs to be, where it has been for the past, you know, so many years, and forget all this bullshit about, oh yeah, they're through this thing, they've got that, they've made this. It's all bollocks. I don't mean to swear and sound so harsh, but I'm truly believe in what we should do, and it's the only way we're going to change the game is by being advocates in the community, by pointing people in the right direction and all working together. Because I tell you what, half of the people here in this industry, they say they're being nice to you, they tell you this, they tell you that, but you're a cunt behind the back, and it happens to 90% of people. And I found out the hard way in certain aspects of the industry. So for me, let's make a pact, man. Let's go in it as a crew and let's fucking kill the game together. Forget all these big. It's I don't know. That's what I believe in, man, and that's what I'll stand by forever.
I know Paul made a good start on this, didn't he? Because he was like, I think he started it on Mech Addiction. You know, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? You know, this industry used to be tight. The vendors used to stick together. And don't get me wrong, some of the vendors we do stick together. but what the fuck happened? I think we need to do this. We need as who was it? Nightworker, the Vapers Union, make vaping great again. Let's fucking do it.
But no, it's we can stand here every day on YouTube, on Facebook, on this, and everyone agree with you. But you know what? When it boils down to lining their pockets and to succeeding in themselves, they'll kick you at the curb instantly. This shit's happening all across the industry right now, and it's real sad to see because vaping saved so many lives. It's changed. The scene changes every 6 months. Paul Harrison, you know, he sets trends. He does things for the industry. We all do. We've all got our own little trait, what you know we're good at and what we believe in. But it's okay standing there, you know, sounding the bollocks and saying, yeah, let's do it. It boils down to, it makes me feel sick that I know deep down it will never happen, and we all do, because everyone's so selfish and everyone just believes in their own product. Why am I going to do that with him when I can just do this on my own? And it's bullshit. We actually need to, you know, let's get a petition going. Let's get something signed, man. Let's fucking smash it as a collective. Let's all join together, man, and build a massive crew. What no one can touch. No. Let's all put our dough together and build an empire. But nobody wants to because they're selfish.
Let's start it here. Can you lend me a tenner?
What's your PayPal, mate? It's just disgusting, and for me, that's what I believe in. That's what I've always stood by. Obviously, since the industry's started to change, it's getting harder, more vicious, and it's actually disgusting to see the way people go on. I don't hate anybody. I do what I do, and I stick by it. But if I can help anyone out, and I think it will benefit us, and we can work together, I am 100% down for it. And if everyone had that way of thinking, the industry will be a way better place. And it's cutthroat. It sounds horrible. Everyone's probably thinking, Stu, what are you talking about? But that's the truth, because the average day vapor don't actually know what goes on in the industry. They don't know the backstories. They don't know the beef. All they know is that's a juice line, but they don't know what's happened to get that juice line on there. He's argued with 5 people. He's had to fight 2 of them. And he's been called a cunt 50 times. But people don't see that side of the industry, and I do. I see a lot of it, and I know a lot about the industry, the snaky side of it. And if all you people, the average vapor that are obviously going to see this video or watch this video or always watching it, remember that, man. Look after your local shops. Look after the juice companies, what are worth looking after, and we'll be sweet, man.
I like going into my local shops and asking, doing 2 things. One, I
pretend for free shit.
No.
Gambler knows.
2 things I do in every shop I tend to go in. One, if it's a shop that I haven't been in before and don't know the staff, I ask them what's good for me to give up smoking with, just to see what they offer me. And 2, if it's in the same town as a shop that I do know or do use, or I ask them their opinion of the other shop, just to see what they say.
Yeah, but do you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to fucking try and tell you what they're going to try and say like
yeah, that's what they do. They try and offer me all sorts of shit that they got the best margins on, mainly smock products with fucking 200-watt boxes, and I'm making out like I'm giving up smoking. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, they're not going to say, oh, mate, he's a 30 quid mouth to lung mod. You need some 50-50 juice, some 6 milligram or 12 milligram, depending on what you smoke. You know, they're not going to do that. They're going to want to hit you for 80, 90 quid.
No, because not all shops do that.
Not all shops, no.
TYV don't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do that. But I also, I ask them what their opinion of their other shops are. So I say, I was going to go round to so-and-so. I've heard it's quite good. Do you know anything about it? Like, and a lot of them, they'll say, oh, you don't want to go around there. They're selling juice made in a lab that's got rats in it and all this shit. And they're like, I think one of the local shops actually told a few people that the other shop was selling juice that was made of diacetyl. They didn't know what it was, but that's what the juice was made of.
Made of diacetyl.
Absolutely.
And it gives you their juice gives you popcorn lung.
We've got a shop in our town that tells customers that their juice is much healthier than other people's juices because it's vegetable based.
Oh, hang on, I've heard that. Chandler, didn't you say that? You've said that before.
What's that?
Yeah, it's because it's the same company, I
Is it
believe.
the same company? Oh, I've just put a wholesale order in with those, so we've got really good juice.
You got some lovely vegetable-based juice coming then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, man. We need to stick together. Let's fucking kill the game, all of us together. And on that note, I'm gonna bounce, guys. It's been a pleasure having me in here. Don't forget to come to the Yorkshire Vapor meet. Any of these juices you want.
Say it's been a pleasure having me here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure you having me here.
It sounded like you were saying, like, well done for getting Stuvapes on the show. I'm off.
Yeah, don't forget to PayPal me. I've been on for an hour and a half now, so
So are you in Leeds on the 24th?
I'm in Leeds. Yeah, don't forget, man. I am definitely going to be there 100%. Everyone come to that meet. It's a birthday meet. Yeah, and if anyone wants any of the TYV juice, man, the Yorkshire Vapor.co.uk and use my discount code Stuvapes. Bang. It's been a pleasure, guys, man. Until next time, my name's Goffin.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
He's got a baseball game to referee in half an hour, so
Shut up, Chris.
needs to bounce.
So obviously the title of the show is What's to Come. So we've obviously got a fair amount coming from TYV. Sorry, Chris, I've kind of taken your... So we've got a hell of a lot to come this year. I've seen some exciting stuff. I've just sent the link to another guest that's going to be joining us in a moment.
Yeah, you're learning to tie your own shoelaces, right, Mark?
Lindsay does them for me. I get vertigo standing up. So one thing I'm actually really excited for this year. Have you seen the new Endless contraption?
No.
The 22 mil bad boy.
Emmy.
Oh, I've not given it a pet name yet, but
I think it's called the Emmy.
It is, yeah.
yeah, the Emmy. I'm quite excited by that.
Looks nice.
It's nice to see space opening up for more sort of flavor-focused devices. I mean, that's something that we were very keen to see, which is why, you know, we did what we did the way that we did it. So it's nice that we're not the only brand on the market that wants to create a bit of market space for something that's, you know, more about flavor and less about massive plumes of cloud.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing how small the mech actually is. It looks tiny, but...
What size batteries? Is it 18650, 2700?
It's 18650.
18650s. Nice.
Yeah, it does. It looks very good.
I mean, one of my favorite mechanical setups that I own is the DocMod Petri, and that is a 22 mil 18650 neck mod with a hybrid top and a very flavor focused 2-post RDA. So I don't see anything with that recipe that could possibly go wrong.
How the fuck did Kevmo worm his way onto the show?
Good evening.
Hey, Kev.
You well?
I'm not too bad, thank you very much.
We're just having a quick chat about the year and what we can expect. I clicked the wrong tab there. What we can expect this year.
Okay.
My God. I've just clicked my screen and seen you. I was like, I don't want to see like juice saws have thrown up over you before you start. Clearly they have. Clearly they have. Said, no, it's all good. I just want to get a coil in.
You just want to get a coil. I'm not going to promote it at all.
No. What are you excited to see this year? What would you like to see this year from the industry, Kev?
Well, I'm really interested in juice saws.
I'd like to see, obviously, like Stu was saying, obviously a lot of people getting together instead of obviously everyone working separately. I don't know if I'm still on because it's just told me there's an error.
No, you're here.
You're still here.
Okay, that's fine. I can't see you lot, so I'm just going to carry on regardless. I'd like to see a lot of people getting together. Obviously, there's a lot of companies out there now. Obviously, like Stu was saying, there's a lot of people chucking a lot of money to it. What obviously is promoting their brand better than someone else's. So I'd possibly like to see that sort of thing go on. Probably not going to happen, but I'm sure we could probably do something.
What else, Kevo? Tell us more.
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just trying to sort out my screen.
Is George
There we go.
telling you what juices you need to remember to mention?
I know what juices I need to mention, Chris, and if you would like me to do it now, I will do. Shall we get it out of the way?
No. Fine.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Do we need to give Kev the stage?
Stage.
What?
Do we all need to back off? Give Kev the stage. Let him have his say.
So, to come from Juice Sauce, we've got CBD, what a few people might know about, what will be soon released. We've got V4 short fills and the new V4 flavors on the standard line. Obviously, Mark has the standard line in his shop anyway. We've got Canada E-Clouds line, and we've also got the new one of What the Fudge is out as well.
Kev, hold your list up.
I haven't got a list.
You have got a list. You're reading off something.
I'm trying to remember on my head. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember everything I've sort of tried to remember. I'm just trying to get it out, get it done. If you want to ask any questions where I am, it might slow me down.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question. Can I see your list?
I haven't got a list. If I had a list, it'd be directly in front of me, wouldn't it? Because I've planned that, you see. No, just obviously a few new flavors coming out from us. Obviously, we've got expos. We are doing Germany as well as Birmingham. I know a few vendors are only just doing the singles, not both, but we are doing both. So that's pretty much. I'm not going to be in 2 places at once myself. The company is. I hopefully will be going to the Birmingham one.
Yeah, his GPS tag will be in Birmingham, but he'll be in Germany.
Yeah.
I think I'm in Birmingham this year. I don't think I'm going to Germany.
Oh, that's a shame.
Hang on.
It's one of
Can we
those.
focus on Chrissy's screen at the moment as he closes his box? Open that box up.
Open the box again.
Can we just share Chrissy's screen for a moment?
Yeah, it's shared.
Are they cigar cases? Have they actually got cigars in them, mate?
Yeah.
Yes. What's next on the agenda?
Wow.
As you can imagine, looking at them, I don't smoke them.
You stick them up your ass.
No, I used to smoke them, and sometimes if I'm like celebrating, I'll have a cigar, but not. I wouldn't smoke one every day or nothing.
They are one hell of a cigar. That's one hell of a cigar, that.
Well, that's what I mean. It needs to be a celebratory occasion. It can't just be like a Wednesday afternoon.
Well, yeah. Especially as today's Tuesday, but you know.
I seriously need a Jimmy piss. I'll be right back.
I don't smoke.
I thought it was Jimmy Riddle anyway.
No, Jimmy Piss.
Jimmy Piss. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Jimmy Piss.
Right, okay.
That's an actual thing.
That is it an actual thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fine.
It's quite a weird one from me being this side of the show. I'm used to normally the other side and getting timed out, to be fair.
Out of the comments.
Yeah, once, maybe
No,
twice.
Twice.
All right. About 10
Badger-
times less than deserve.
Badger did it once, and I think Mr. JB timed me out as well.
Yeah, I did that for fun. I don't think you did anything wrong that day.
I don't think I.
on any of the times.
Thank you very much, Chandler. I should have been waiting for that one.
Well, I couldn't resist. Sorry.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, any more questions? What you want to ask, or while we're waiting for Mark?
Are you doing anything? Got a sneeze coming.
He's got to hang on. We should all just
stop.
focus on Chris until he sneezes.
It's gone. Are you doing anything that's not juice source related this year, Kev?
Me personally, I'll be doing my usual job as a farmer. Other than that, it will be just juice source because I do like to support my brand.
Whoa, a farmer?
Yeah, Kev's a farmer. Did you not know this?
People trust you around their livestock.
It's not actually livestock. We're an arable farm.
A what?
Arable. So crops.
Grows plants.
Grows
Oh,
plants.
I thought you said it was an horrible farm.
No, arable.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said animal. I'm like, that is livestock. Kev.
No, arable.
We're going to start talking about longshore drift now.
That's like the biggest word Kev knows. That's why he said it so many times. Say arable again, Kev.
Arable.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm not arable. I'm quite nice to you sometimes.
Chris, stop being arable.
Right, so as an industry then, I disappear for 2 minutes, and what the fuck happens?
It all went to pot.
Well, as an industry, you disappear for 2 minutes, and what the fuck happens?
People don't give a fuck. It's true.
Did you go for a Jimmy Piss?
I did. It was a fucking good one as well. Do you know when you start and you're like, oh,
I never want this to end. This is a perfect moment. That kind of thing.
By the way, Chris, Badger's just said in chat that he likes your stab vest.
Thanks.
It's a gilet.
Yeah, it's a beignet. I mean, a gilet. That's it.
A gillet. It's a gillet.
Gillet.
what
Yeah.
give it like a beignet is to bagnet.
Bagnet.
No, so what there's obviously going to be shitloads of changes. I really want to go through an episode where we talk about the future without. There's a few shows that I've listened to that whenever they talk about, you know, what's happening this year, it's all squonk of this and squonk of that and squonk of the other and squonk of this and squonk of that and squonk of the other. Other than squonking. I wonder what that could be.
Well, I think there's room for other stuff. I think there's definitely room for other stuff. Like, I think if you're a hardware manufacturer and you're not at least keeping your eye on the squonking market with a view to getting involved, you're pretty stupid. Like, we all know that is a market that it makes sense to be in, because the squonking market is still, like, people that are into squonking still want all that variety of products. They still want to discover what they like and what they don't like. There's still a lot of time before that market settles down and figures out what the long-term settling is. But,
have you found it not dying for you, though? Because obviously a lot of the companies have got on it and made it a lot cheaper for people nowadays. What obviously has made a lot of people get into it a lot quicker than a lot of other markets have been.
The truth is, I don't think there's many budget squonkers on the market that people that are into squonking actually like. I think there's only probably one or two. The people that are long-term avid fans of squonking actually think are even worth their money. I think of the big mass-produced ones that have come out towards the back half of last year, the only one that's really found any traction is the Athena. People quite like that as a beta box.
Yeah.
But things like your Druga kit and your Pulse kit and stuff like that, most of the people that are into squonking hate. You know, the new G box, no one seems to really like that. But I think, for me, I've said this before, I think I'd really like to see people starting to look at parallels again. You know, mechanical parallel boxes. I think I've always really loved them. And it's the fact that you can either slap just like an average build on there, you know, like a 0.2 single coil, and just enjoy fucking years of battery life, or you can slap something super, super low, you know, that you wouldn't normally want to vape on a tube because it'd sag the fuck out of your batteries, and you can actually enjoy it. You know, for me, that's something that I'd really like to see a few more companies explore this year, and it's definitely something that we're going to look at. I
mean, this is a parallel box, and it's
it's the simplest thing in the world. You know, it's a saddle, 2 bits of wire, and a switch. Like, It's not hard to produce one.
It's not, but for me, parallel. Obviously, a lot of people probably know me. I'm more of a series vapor than a parallel vapor.
There's no difference in how hard series and parallel hit. You just build appropriately for them. You put a 006, 007 on a parallel, it's going to kick your shit out of your arsehole just as fast as a series box.
But how many parallel boxes are out there?
Exactly, which is why I would like to see more.
Yeah.
No? At the end of the day, like, for me personally, I love funky coils. I'm close with a lot of really good coil builders. 2 of them are in the chat tonight, and they're literally the last 2 people to have commented in the chat. And they're both fucking amazing coil builders. And if I want them to build something really fucking extravagant and sexy for me, if I run it on a tube, I know that I'm only going to get probably an hour out of each battery before I have to swap a battery out. If I've got it on a parallel box, I get more like 3 hours, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucking great living. I get to play with sexy coils and have them in my RDAs and enjoy them because that's something that I enjoy. And I still get to have a decent amount of battery life. Like, I think that's fucking brilliant.
I could honestly say I don't think that I own a parallel box anymore.
I've got loads.
We'll send some this way.
You need to get one because, I mean, yeah, they're just great.
Josh Cook in the chat made me a 2700 double MOSFETted parallel box, and it's fucking mega. Even with the iJoy 2700s in it, that, you know, we all know are not the best hitting 2700s on the market at the moment. Even with a pair of them, I run like a 007 on it, and it fucking batters you. Absolutely batters you.
Can you imagine when we're starting to get these really good 2700s and coming into the market
now?
Yeah, they really are starting to come through. But when we're getting
they're starting to trickle, aren't they? I wouldn't say
they're starting to trickle.
Fucking fire.
But even if you get the low build ones, where you can still build at about 15 amps, so you can pull 15 amps out of them. You put a couple of them together in a parallel, you're off and away. You're going to be looking at. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to get over 100,000 milliamp hours or whatever it is.
Sorry, you're being asked for the Goon LP backs, Stu. I'm not sure why anybody would want a Goon LP back. I'd be happy to see it gone.
He put a banging build in it for me, and it was like last summer that he gave it to me and asked for it back at some point. Pops is saying, what's the difference between the 2700 batteries? So the most common ones on the market seem to be 3 wraps of the Sanyo A and B cells. The Sanyo A cells are like just over 4,000 mAh and about 15 or 16 amps, something like that. And the B cells are about 30, 35 amps and 3,000 mAh. But the B cells don't hit that well. They sag pretty horribly at anything below about 0.12. Which for tube users is obviously really bad because these days most tube users build at around 0.1. And then these INR 2700As appeared, and everyone assumed that they were also something to do with the Sanyo cells, but it turns out that they're not, and they perform way better than both of the cells. They just hit harder, they don't sag as much, you know, they actually give you most of their voltage under load. And you just get a much more representative of the figures kind of vape experience off them. And the
optimum with the voltage that they normally give out is about 3.7 volts.
Yeah, under load
these new ones are coming up higher.
Yeah, they're actually starting to.
Is actually higher than that, so they hit harder for longer.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the reasons that the VTC5A is such a popular 18650 is because on a perfect circuit at 4.2 volts at say its 30 amp limit, it delivers 4.2 volts.
Yeah.
You know? Obviously, when you put it in a mech mod, it's not in a perfect circuit. You know, a mech mod, even the best mech mod, even a fantastically engineered mech mod is quite a dirty circuit. There's lots of places for voltage to disappear. But But you know, if it's fully charged at 4.2 volts and it's delivering something like say 4 volts, you're very happy. And when it gets down to say 3.7, if it's still delivering something like 3.5, you're still pretty happy. And then you normally start to think about charging after that point anyway. But the issue with these earlier 2700s that were coming out, and we obviously, because we make a 2700 mod, we hear about this a lot. And the issue with them was that they were dropping down, you know, you'd have them charged at 4.2 volts and they're only delivering like 3.9 volts on a full charge. And then you put them into a mech mod condition and suddenly they're delivering like 3.8 or even, you know, nominal voltage 3.7. And it's just not hard enough for what mech users expect these days. And, you know, something that I'm really looking forward to actually is now that good 2700s are coming out, I'm hoping that we're going to see more 2700 mods because there aren't a ton of 2700 mods on the market, you know, and being one of a small number of things never as interesting for you as a creator of something as being one of a large number of things. It's always a lot more interesting for you to know your place in a bigger sample group than it is to just be, oh, he's one of the guys that does one of the like 5 2700 mods that anyone cares about.
So is 2018 the year of the cell?
I think batteries are going to be important this year, definitely. I think batteries are going to be really important this year. You know, I think if I'm right and people do start to pick up on parallel mods again, batteries are definitely going to be important for that because it's no longer going to be about VTC 5As. VTC 5As are so good because they work in a single, so well in a single cell circuit. But you know, if you've got 2 batteries at your disposal, you're going to get things hitting harder. You know, your batteries are hitting harder anyway. You can afford to start to explore options with more MAR and take advantage of what parallels do best, which is giving you a lot of fucking life.
Yeah.
Just personally, for me, it's going to be 21700s, not 2700s.
Yeah, 21700 are due to pick up this year as well, which this also takes. You know, so that's exciting for us.
Yeah, I mean, I've got HG4s in there. Going back to what you were saying, Stu.
Exactly.
Yeah, HG4s. I can still build pretty low because it's parallel. But
yeah, I mean,
I've got
3,000 continuous, 19 amps continuous.
They'll do 19 amps. Yeah, 19. I think they're 20. I think they're 20 amps.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got say 40 amps to play with, which means you can chuck like a 0.12 on there.
Well, it's not got 40 amps, has he?
You can double the amp load.
Yeah, you can double the amp load. Yeah, I mean it's not perfectly reliable because it depends on how perfect the circuit is. But when you account for the amount of voltage drop in the circuit, it's usually safe to assume.
If I'd gotten like you say the series, if it was in series with these two, I'd still have to keep the 20 amp limit.
Yeah. It is essentially what happens is your amp load is shared between both batteries, and actually in most circuits, because circuits aren't perfect, the first battery that the signal hits takes more of the load than the second one that the signal hits. So it's actually, in the interest of safety, better to build not quite to double.
Yeah, it normally works out to power of 1, amps of 1.5, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. People usually say build to 1.5 amp limit. Most people push a little bit harder than that. The vast majority of people that use parallels a lot will push a little bit harder than that. But no one really builds at double the amps because we all know that circuits aren't perfect and the first battery will take a bit more of a hit than the second one, you know.
I'm just thinking what I've got to build down to get 40 amps out of that.
It's about 0.12, 0.13.
Let's have
Someone
a look.
needs to find me a parallel box. That is your job before next week. Find me a parallel box, please. Thank you. Come again.
Well, like I say, we're going to be looking at something. We've got some ideas. So
Well, that's not going to get me one on my desk before next week, is it?
I'll send you one.
Huh?
Chris said he'll send you one.
Oh, no, hey, Stu, if you want 40 watts at 3.7 volts,
40 amps.
40 amps, is that what I said? Sorry, I said watts. Yeah, 40 amps. yeah. All right. 3.7 volts, 40 amps is 148 watts, and the resistance is 0.09.
there you go.
So
you got plenty of room to play with.
That's a killer, isn't it? There you go. Hey, I've got a prediction, and it's nothing to do with mods. It's nothing to do with batteries. It's nothing to do with juice. What I think is going to be changing this year is media and public opinion on vaping.
I think you will finally make some real progress.
Yeah, well, considering last week we had that research article that came out going on about cancer, and the one thing that I noticed in the UK was unusually, what hasn't happened in the past is all the articles coming out going, oh, for God's sake, that's just a load of bollocks, basically. We've got Cancer Research UK were so quick off the mark and came up with this is our take on it. There was even a article in the Telegraph going, it's a public in the Telegraph. Yes,
you're from Yorkshire. Telegraph.
It's the Telegraph.
It's in Telegraph.
Yeah, there was an article in there saying it's a public disaster that that people do not know enough about, do not know the health benefits of vaping. And I also noticed last week there's a BBC program called Two Doors Down. Have you heard of it? No, it's a comedy from BBC Scotland. I don't know where Chris has gone. I don't know whether he's seen it. But wrong mouse. Let me share my screen. And there we go. This is this is the main character, one of the main characters, and during the entire program, she'd got that in her hand, and she wasn't just waving it around; she was vaping it during the program. And the one thing that's an iStick 30 with a K1 tank on top as well. Like, that's actually a proper vape that someone would use. Yeah, I think it might have actually been I was trying to work out what it was, and this is about the best picture that I can get that I found.
But actually,
I was going to say it looks more like a cool fire because it's got that round on one side and tapered down to it. So I think it was a cool fire. But they didn't refer to it. She was just using it during the program. No one said, "Oh, what's that you've got there?" She was just vaping it all the way through the program, which it's not normalizing it, but it's making it more acceptable. What do you think?
I think normalizing is actually exactly the right word to use, and I think we need to see more of that in the media. You know, normalization of vaping. A lot of what we're up against is that one of the big arguments against us is that if you normalize vaping, you normalize smoking. And that's where I think it's really important to have that dialogue that exists, and for vaping to not always have to be tagged on to smoking. I know a lot of people find this really hard to swallow, the idea that, you know, we should all be proud to vape because we're not smoking cigarettes. And the problem that presents is that people don't understand the other half of the argument. People, if all we ever tether vaping to is smoking, then we always are at the mercy of people who say, but smoking is an addiction that you voluntarily signed up for. Why should society have to change in order for you to have an easier time giving up an addiction that you voluntarily signed up for? You know, society doesn't adapt to alcoholics. Society doesn't adapt to heroin addicts. Society doesn't adapt to cocaine addicts. So why should you as a smoker be allowed to influence other people's views because you were addicted to something and you're now beating your addiction? And this is the thing. If we normalize vaping and we allow it to just be people vape, you know, it is something that doesn't cause much harm to people around them, and let people get on with doing it. And then everything's fine. You know, no one needs to make connections that aren't necessarily good for us. And one of the things that really worries me is that we often invite the anti-vaping brigade to make connections that are really bad for our industry, to throw these things in our direction, because we're always having this conversation about, yeah, but I don't smoke anymore. You know, yeah, but I've quit smoking because of vaping.
It should become normal. But a lot of different tabloids will never let it happen, because obviously who they're owned by. Until those companies come into the stage where they're actually got an e-liquid production themselves, that's the only where it's going to become normal, instead of it being normal everywhere. Until everyone's got the finger in that little bit to get their money out of it, that's the only way they're going to go forward with it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I like to think that from our side, money isn't the only influencer. You know, I like to think that we've all got more staked in this industry than just money.
Yeah, us personally, yes, as hobby vapors and people who really do support the industry for what it is. But a lot of the other side, what I mean with obviously the tabloids, what obviously a lot of people read, that's where a lot of the input comes from people who don't vape or don't smoke, and that's what gives vaping the bad press when people
I feel
read
like
that.
we invite a lot of that onto ourselves, you know, because we expect people to pat us on the backs for finding a way to beat an addiction. You know, yes, I started vaping to stop smoking. I've now started, I don't need to smoke anymore. You know, I have something that means I don't need to smoke anymore. That's great for me, but it's only me that benefits. No one else is better off because I vape. Because I never used to smoke around other people anyway. I don't have any children that I was blowing smoke in the face of. I don't have any pets that I'm blowing smoke in the face of. The only person who's winning by me vaping is me. And like Pop says in the chat, are we guilty of a holier than thou complex towards smokers? I exactly think we are, and I think it's a major fucking problem.
I shared a conversation with you guys in our group chat, didn't I, at the weekend? And a friend of mine that lives in, where does he live? Bulgaria?
Is this the ICOS thing?
Yeah.
You handled that so fucking well.
Yeah, you did.
There's a friend of mine, when I used to work for Google, he was one of the project managers.
Shameless name drop.
Huh?
Shameless name drop.
What? I never said his name.
I used to work for Google.
Oh. No, and he was one of the project managers. He dealt with all the administration and stuff like that. And he put up a post about this new device that they'd all been offered at a massive price reduction. And this product was, of course, the ICOS. Now, as all our viewers will know, we love the ICOS here on Vape Talk UK. We think it's incredible. ICOS, whatever, call it whatever.
I mean, it's helping people quit ordinary smoking, right?
Absolutely.
No, I still think it ought to be
By
cigarettes.
No, it's great. It helps you quit smoking by smoking and just not knowing that you smoke.
But either way, in Bulgaria, ICOS, how are we pronouncing it?
ICOS. That's how they pronounce it.
ICOS. So ICOS are giving these devices for like, I think they're like €40, I think.
Yeah, because they were like 80 or 100, over 100 quid, weren't they, when we looked into them?
Yeah. And I basically posed, it was like, wish me luck, I'm going to stop smoking. And I was like, you're not actually going to stop smoking, because you're still using cigarettes and you're just heating it, not burning it. And you know what? I offered him, he said, anything's good as long as I'm not vaping. And he had this proper bee in his bonnet about vaping. And publicly, I tried to extract from him, you know, what his issue was with vaping, and I believe, because I didn't have a private conversation with him, I believe he'd just been given the wrong thing. He said that the vape he was given, it just tasted like chemicals and he can't smoke it in the pub, which was his
argument.
Which was his main argument. And I was, do you know what, mate? Next time you're in the UK, give me a shout and I will send you a setup that will stop you smoking. No, I won't charge him for it. I'll send him one just to get him off the cigarettes. But he's convinced that there's no other way other than this IQOS to stop smoking.
And I've said this. I think it is beneficial as a tool to stop smoking. I had a look into it, and the best bit of research I can find,
the most unbiased.
Yeah, says that an IQOS device is about 25. You've got 25% of the is 25% better than smoking.
Yeah, the 75% harm reduction is
yeah, 75% harm reduction. There you go. But basically, that means if you're smoking, say you're smoking 20 of these IQOSes a day, you're still smoking 5 cigarettes a day.
My issue with IQOS isn't even the product. I have no issue with the product. My issue is the dishonesty. It's the way that they're creeping around, acting like it's better than vaping, convincing smokers that it's better than vaping. And, you know, if the problem is because we don't have the money behind us as an industry, if we did the same to them, their lawyers would be knocking at our door.
Yeah.
You know? Their lawyers would be knocking at our door and asking for proof of every single claim we make. But we don't have the money to fight them, so they just get to run fucking rampant. At the end of the day, if they want to make a heat not burn tobacco product and they say it's 75% healthier and they conduct multiple studies on it before they publish data, before they release the device, and they release it honestly and hold their hands up and say, look, vaping industry is a separate thing. This is our offering towards harm reduction. This is what we want to do for people that still want to smoke tobacco but want to do it in a healthier way. Would have no problem with the product, would be more than happy to see it stocked on whatever shelves as long as it was honest. It's the fact that they're selling people a fucking lie, which they've been getting away with doing for years and years and years. And it makes me fucking angry.
And also they've applied recently for FDA approval as a
they were told no, weren't they?
Denied.
They've had it turned down.
Yeah. They were no-sowed by the FDA.
Yeah, they were. But again, I think that was because they were really pushing this is a healthy alternative to smoking. And like you said, Stu, that is not what it is. If they were going in there honest, going, this is, like you said, 75% better than smoking.
So here's a really
they might have stood a better chance.
Because I know that Mark's got an opinion on this. I don't know if anyone else has. Pops says, do we need to support people like the New Nicotine Alliance to fight for us?
Ooh.
Who's it owned by?
Now, as far as I was aware, the New Nicotine Alliance has been at the centre of quite a lot of controversy, haven't they?
Yep.
I don't recall exactly what the controversy was, but I seem to remember that they disenfranchised a lot of vapors and especially vape companies and created a bit of a void that they never quite managed to bridge. I don't think the New Nicotine Alliance, as it exists, is necessarily the people to do the job, because I think they might have burnt too many bridges. But I don't know. I know that, Mark, you probably know a bit more about it than me. I seem to remember it being something that you had some opinions on. That was Risa, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
She does have a cute sneeze. I agree.
Twice. Yeah, bless you, Risa.
We're Satanists. We don't appreciate that, Chandler.
Oh, sorry.
My issue with New Nicotine Alliance is Philip Morris.
Yeah.
It is owned by Marlboro.
We've been chatting with, as you know, Jennifer Berger Coleman from Kassar recently. And she's actually really, really interested in taking Kassar multinational. And I think because Dale says proper Welsh sneeze that. I think because Kassar is a consumer-based association. So you can't be a member of CASAR if you're a manufacturer. That's what FASATA exists for in the States. FASATA is manufacturers, CASAR is consumers. And I think if there's a place where it has to start with consumers. The problem is persuading consumers to give enough of a fuck to do something about it. Because the assumption from the general public is that we care because we've got money invested in it. What they don't realize is that we invested money in it because we care. You know, we started vape companies because we care about vaping. We're sponsored by vape companies because we care about vaping. We surround ourselves in this shit every single fucking minute of our lives because we care about it. And if more consumers start to kind of catch on to that, then I think some sort of consumer-led advocacy group is where it would need to begin. I don't think it can begin from an industry-led group. Is anybody else? I don't know. Is anybody else with me on that?
Yeah, I'm with you, because you've just got an inherent distrust, just like you said, Mark. That as soon as you say Philip Morris, it's owned by Marlboro, you suddenly go, oh, hang on a minute.
I think the problem is that because people don't understand the vape company. The vape company to tobacco company comparison is not being treated as apples to oranges. You know, it's being treated as apples to apples. And so I think it's inherently very easy for consumers to distrust vape companies. Are you reading the comments? I think it's inherently very easy for consumers to mistrust vape companies. I hear it all the time behind the counter. You know, you'll sell me anything. You'll sell me whatever makes you the most money. Or, you know, I literally have customers that just will plain face come out with it. You know, consumers have been lied to by tobacco companies for a very long time, and they quite rightly assume that we're no better at this stage because we've done nothing to prove that we're any better, and we haven't. You know, as an industry, all we've done is sit there and bash smoking instead of just separating ourselves from it.
You know what boils my piss? What really, really boils my piss is that all these tobacco companies tried to go out of their way to discredit vaping, went out of their way to say how much worse vaping is for you than tobacco, than cigarettes, failed miserably and gone, oh, here comes the train, let's jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
That's what irritates the fucking shit out of me, honestly. Oh, it makes me so angry.
Well, I'm gonna have to shoot off, guys. I will catch you guys later. Sorry to cut it short.
Who's going to close the show?
We're just going to be keeping going now until this time next week.
Kev can close the show.
Kev can do the sign off.
Thanks.
This episode of Vape Out UK was brought to you by Juicers.
He looks a bit like my mum had a kid with her brother, and so it would make him sort of me, but a bit weird. Right, anyway, I'm going to go.
Bye, Max.
See you later, mate.
Cheers. Take care, mate.
Au revoir.
Ciao, bella.
Cheers. He's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. A big part of me feels like we are fighting the wrong fight sometimes with tobacco. A big part of me feels like we're focusing on a battle that shouldn't even be part of the conversation, you know?
Do we sort of need to just get on with what we do and leave them to what they do, and people will follow how they want to?
Do we not sit here and say this amongst the industry all the time? Don't pay attention to what other people are doing. Don't worry about the next guy's game. If you're worrying about the next guy's game, you're not doing your own job properly. You know, we're always passing this around and treating it as if it's wisdom, but we're not doing it. You know, we're all guilty of it, myself included. We all sit here and fucking bang on about tobacco this, tobacco that, smoking cessation this, smoking cessation that. You know, I'm giving a talk in a couple of weeks' time with my local NHS authority about how to help people use vaping to quit smoking so that they're more informed. But it's a separate conversation.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes it's a case of you know, Philip Morris turn around and say, well, we're actually wanting to stop selling cigarettes.
Yeah, we're quitting tobacco.
we're quitting tobacco, and everyone in the vaping industry has just kind of gone, oh yeah, right, okay, what, you know, and downed it. Perhaps we need to kind of go, yeah, great, go on then, good on you. Let's see what you're going to do. I know they haven't said what they're going to do, but
right, those little tubes that they stick into their IQOS machines, right?
It's tobacco.
The fags that they put into IQOS.
You know, do you know what? If they turned around and said, we're going to stop manufacturing tobacco, you know what? I'd be like, part of me would be like, you know, welcome to the gang. You know, touche, my hat off to you. I'm pleased for that. I'm pleased for you. But the fact they're trying to bullshit and saying that we're stopping creating cigarettes. Well, no, you're not. You're just masquerading your cigarette as not a cigarette.
It's trying to cover a product with something else, so it's not actually covering it at all.
Why not just be fucking honest, open, and say, you know what, these are, like Stu said, you know what, these are 75% better than smoking a genuine cigarette. Get that out of my face, you cunt.
No. I just want to point out. Can you see my mouse?
No, we can't see your cursor.
Right, the end of this filter. Can you see what is written around the end of the filter?
Marlboro.
Marlboro. I mean, you know, that kind of sums it up straight away.
Yeah.
You know, that is still tobacco. That's not giving up smoking. Like you say, it's got Marlboro written all over it. If they said, right, we're going to get into the vape industry and we're not going to sell cigarettes anymore. Come on, join the party, guys.
This is the point. The vaping versus smoking thing is a fucking straw man, and people don't seem to be able to get their heads around it. The longer we continue to have this squabble about vaping versus smoking, the more tobacco is going to be able to covertly bring out products like this and do what they're doing with IQOS. Every major tobacco company will have a product similar to IQOS, and they will pull the whole fucking thing out from under our feet, convincing people that it's better than vaping and that it's better than smoking and that it's the only logical choice. And it's so fucking easy to switch from putting a fag in your mouth to putting a fag in a plastic thing and then putting it in your mouth. It's no fucking hard work. And if we continue having this battle with them, we're giving it to them. We're handing it to them on a plate. And I'm absolutely convinced of that. I'm absolutely 100% convinced of it. You know, I think we know that vaping is safer than smoking. So instead of trying to bleat on and persuade people that vaping is safer than smoking, let's just fucking act like vaping is safer than smoking. We don't need to talk to you. You're a cigarette manufacturer. We don't need to convince people that we're better than you. You're making fucking poison. Like, why do we keep doing it?
Is it because it's such a heated thing that obviously we try and convince people obviously that vaping is better for them, but overall they need to make that decision themselves, don't they?
Well, it's like I said, Kev, we're always banging on about how if you're watching someone else's game more than your own, you know, you're not doing a very good job. That's exactly what we're doing. You know, let the people come to us that want to try vaping and let them see for themselves. You know, because we cannot discredit people that have got billions of pounds to spend on spin stories. We cannot win that fight. It's not possible. No amount of science is going to do it for us. It's just not.
And yeah, it is a case of I do think that there would be a place in the market for it.
Yeah, and there is. Of course, there's a place in the market for it if it was an honest product.
Yeah, absolutely. And vaping's not for everyone. We don't want to be the. I don't want to be the sort of person that just turns up and says, "Yeah, vaping's great. You've got to vape. Throw them cigarettes away. You've got to vape. Got to."
I mean, I'll say that to people that tell me they want to quit with vaping. I won't just say that to a random smoker.
Yeah, if someone says, "Oh, I'm wanting to give up," if someone turns around to me and says, "I don't want to give up smoking. I want to carry on smoking my 20 Marlboro a day," go for it.
Let me put something.
You know the risks. If that's what you want to do,
let me put something to the people in this conversation, right? So if I come to you and I say, I've got an alternative to smoking here, it's healthier, here's this scientific report, here's this scientific report, you know, here's this information, here's that information, look, it's healthier, it's healthier, it's healthier. Okay, that is absolutely a valid way that I can approach you. Are we all agreed? That's absolutely a fine thing that I can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if I come to you and I say, look how fucking lucky I am as a vapor. I've got more choice than I know what to do with. I can have any flavor I want. There's different ways that I can use this product. I can use it in a more sort of fun, relaxation, enjoyment orientated format. I can use it in a smoking cessation, just getting my nicotine fix format. I can do what the fuck I like with it. I can go to meets and meet like-minded people and have a great fucking weekend with them. You know, I've got tons of friends because as a result of this. I have a fucking great time every time I'm around this product, and I've even managed to make a livelihood from it. What's the more compelling story? Be honest, what's the more compelling story?
I would personally say the first one, if people would actually read what you gave to them.
No, without ifs and buts though. You can't say if people will read what you'll point to them, because you and I both know that probably 70% of those people won't. If you're just taking the two stories on face value, which is more compelling? I'm having the time of my life and not smoking fags, or you should do this instead of cigarettes because it won't kill you. Here's the proof.
The trouble is, some people just don't want the time of their life. They just want to stop smoking.
Yeah, of course they do. But those people aren't going to be put off of, I'm having a great time whilst quitting smoking. But the people that don't want to be bombarded with information, which is a lot of people, are going to be put off of the, you should do this instead of smoking because.
Yes. Yeah. You shouldn't.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm not saying
that it's right to separate smoking cessation and vaping. I'm saying it's a far more compelling argument.
I also think with the going back to the IQOS and what you said about the healthy, here's a healthier option. That has happened in the past, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We have had the light version where
it was a lie.
All of a sudden there's these holes poked round. Well, technically it was healthier, not very much, but technically it was healthier.
And you wouldn't want to try an IQOS then?
I'll try one, but I ain't shelling out any bloody money for one because it's not. It's
on the case. He can get one.
Yeah, it's literally a case of I will take a couple of drags and go, yeah, that's it, because I know it's not going to be something that I'm going to go, oh wow, this is amazing. I'm ditching vaping for this, because it's not going to happen. It's kind of like that tobacco flavored juice. Yeah, great, but I'm not going to be vaping it daily.
I genuinely, because we planned this for a show, didn't we? I was going to get one, give it a try, smoke it live on the show.
That was when we found out how much it cost.
And then I found out how much it cost, and I was like, "Fuck that!"
Yeah.
Out of interest, I'll make the question: how much are they?
About 120 quid.
Yeah, you occasionally see them go up and off for less, but they're around 120 quid.
I think the 85 quid came with you got the device and you got a pack of 5 fags with it or something, whereas the 110 came with more boxes of the tobacco sticks.
But the cigarettes aren't cheap.
No, they're not.
Oh, because cigarettes aren't cheap, but.
Yeah, well, I think they're still subject to normal cigarette taxation, so they're still.
Well, that's because they're cigarettes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Makes sense, that really.
Well, yeah, it does. So I think they're still about,
It's funny, the government can't see the difference, but the manufacturer can.
Okay, so for 10 packs of 20, that's not bad actually. So for Amber Label, rounded and rich tobacco blend, Heats tobacco sticker designed to be used with the IQOS system and are made with specially selected tobaccos. This box contains 10 packs, with each pack containing 20 tobacco sticks. £70.
Good God. 70 quid.
Cheaper than fags.
£7 a pack. Not a hell of a lot cheaper, is it?
Or you can get 5 packs of 20 for £37.50. Don't forget the cleaner sticks. I was just looking at the cleaner sticks thinking, what? £5 for 30 earbuds.
Cleaner sticks. What? You're going to have sticks to clean the icon? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mate, you can even get a USB cable for £9.
Well, yeah, you got to clean all the tar out of it, haven't you? Because it's got fags in it.
Well, yeah.
Oh my word! Hang on, I've got to share this. Hang on. And us in the vaping game are called pretentious fuckers. Right, you ready for this? Who would like a very nice e-cig carry case, which is Italian leather? It's £39.
Oh, that's lovely, that.
Yeah.
Holds a single device and a packet of fags. Oh, and an earbud.
For cleaning away that tar.
If anybody needs some ICOS cleaners, I do have a bit of a stock. These aren't actual ICOS branded ones; they're clones from Fast Tech. But
yeah, I've got a couple as well.
they are just as good, I assure you. They're very good quality ICOS cleaner sticks. So if we have any ICOS users in the chat, I will do 30 of these for £2.50.
If you're going to do 30 for £2.50, I'll do 60 for £4.
That's classic fucking Kev, that, isn't it? always got to fuck other people's plans over, haven't you? Eh?
Yeah, it's got to be worth a try, hasn't it?
Do you remember when we used to be mates before you changed?
It was you what changed. You just didn't realise.
I've always been a dickhead.
Right,
Wow.
I think we're about done for tonight, aren't we?
Yeah,
I think so.
I've got it out of my system now.
Are we hanging about? Because I will hang about because I'm going to order a pizza because I've not eaten yet today.
I'll do 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not doing ages though.
I'm gonna have to disappear.
Oh,
What's the
I know.
Oh, Bitly.
I'm sorry.
oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'll stay for 2 minutes.
All right, well, I'm going to go for a Jimmy piss anyway, so let's sign off.
Okay.
Chandra, I'm still waiting for an invite to the show.
Right, that's it. I'm not inviting you now. That's it. No, if you ask for it, it just doesn't happen. Do you know what I'm saying?
You see, I really like Jimmy. Jimmy and I had a good
What I'm saying is, I haven't asked, so I'll see you on next week. Podcast.
Do you know we were banned? I have been chatting with Jimmy, and we've been banding about names, and there's been a few names that have cropped up.
He said no.
I don't want one now.
You don't want? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Right, are we calling that it then, guys?
Oh, fucking hell, it's closing the show down. Over
Yeah,
to
there you go.
Supposedly.
Right, on that note, I'm going. We'll leave this to Kev.
Yep.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Obviously, you'll see us next week. I'm going to do that weird handly little thing, what everyone does, and we'll speak to you all soon. Catch you all later, guys.